Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Breed Babe Ruth Complex for state tournament action. More importantly, the Nipper Clancy baseball field, where Lynn are the visitors in this game, taking on Newton. This is the opening round of the 14-year-old Babe Ruth state tournament that will end at Frazier Field later in the week, this being Sunday. Newton won the 13-year-old state championship last year. Obviously moving up to the 14-year-olds. These kids probably played against each other last year in the 13-year-old tournament. Their first time on the big diamond. Now they've grown accustomed to it, being a year older and having a year more on the big diamond. Pitchers get used to pitching from the stretch with people on base, and catcher having to throw that long throw and try to throw people out after they get a big jump at first base. For Lynn, it'll be Anthony Marino, the second baseman, leading off. Christian Moran, the shortstop, will bat second. Playing third and batting third, Aaron O'Connor. Pitching and batting fourth, Anthony Mateo. The extra hitter, Nolan Mulcahy, will hit fifth. Jason Donahue, the left fielder, will hit number 6. Tyler Dugan, the right fielder, will hit 7th. Batting 8th and playing center field, Tyler Wilson. The catcher, Daniel Reddick, will hit number 9. And batting number 10 is Ryan Freya. And you heard me right, batting number 10, because you can have an extra hitter, not a designated hitter, an extra hitter. And that's the difference. You don't have to have one, but you can have one. Pop in the air behind shortstop, going back, not going to get there. It's going to drop for a base hit. So Anthony Marino gets a base hit, leading off the ball game. Christian Moran will be the hitter. You hear a lot of noise behind me. There's a lot of kids and parents from Newton that are here. Popped up right in front of us. Christian Moran is the shortstop. Swing and a miss. In with a stolen base. It was going to be a close play on Marino, but the ball got away from the shortstop. So Marino was in scoring position with nobody out. Teddy McCafferty is on the mound. That's way high for a ball. Solid hit, but right at the center fielder. Makes the play, and they don't tag up on him. A good thing they don't. Griffin Bond out there in center field didn't have to move, and he showed a good arm throwing the ball to third base. So one away. Aaron O'Connor takes it high for a ball. The problem with some of this division now, 14-year-olds, there's only 3 teams. There were 5. 2 of them dropped out. 1 of them came back and then dropped out again. Hit right by the third base bag, fair. Heading into second base with a double is O'Connor, and Lynn jumps out on top. A seeing eye double right by the third base bag. After it got by the bag, it skipped foul, but went right by third base fair. So Lynn grabs a 1-0 lead. Part of the reason there aren't a lot of these teams, as there were a lot of 13-year-olds, But 14-year-olds, part of the reason is AAU. Looked like a little bit of a curveball from McCafferty. They take away from these teams, and if you're paying a lot of money to play AAU, you play AAU first. Hit on the ground to second base. Austin Key over to Horsick. Moves O'Connor over to third. Solidly hit by Anthony Mateo, but right at the second baseman. Nolan Mulcahy, the extra hitter, takes it high for a ball. O'Connor with a decent lead at third. Swing and a miss. Off the catcher, nice block. Denellen did a nice job blocking that, keeping it in front of him. Otherwise, it would be 2-0 Lynn. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. Is that cheering I told you about coming from right over my right shoulder. Hit high and deep to left field. On his horse going back, not going to get it. That was hit a ton. Another second double in the inning. He hit that a long way. That was hit a very long way. O'Connor walks in from third with the second run. The double extends the inning for Jason Donahue, the left fielder. So a single, an out, a double, an out, a double. Throwing the stolen base. Another shot to center field. And nice play. Griffin Bond, few steps to his left. That looked like it might be trouble. Donahue get all of that. Bond tracked it down for his second put out in the inning. But Anthony Mateo, before he throws a pitch, has got a 2-0 lead as his team gets him a 2-0 advantage in the top of the first. RBI doubles by O'Connor and Mulcahy. And Newton will bat in the bottom of the first. It'll be Charlie Morris, the right fielder, leading off. John Denellen, the catcher, bats second. Christian Brucius, the third baseman, bats third. Playing left field and hitting fourth, Xander Gilmartin. The extra hitter, batting fifth, is Henry Landry. Ryan Horsick, the first baseman, bats sixth. Pitching and batting seventh, Eddie McCafferty. The shortstop, Liam Keblin, hits eighth. Austin Key will play second base and hit number 9. And the center fielder who made those two nice plays in the top of this inning, Griffin Bond, will hit in the number 10 spot. And remind you that you can bat 10. An extra hitter, not designated hitter. These Lynn kids have now played together for a year. They played last year as 13-year-olds. Prior to that, they did most of the playing against each other in Little League. Although they probably got to play a little bit together in the Gallant tournament that ends the Little League tournament every year. But during the Williamsport tournament and during the City Series, a lot of these kids played against each other. Now they get to play with each other. So Mateo on the mound has been given a 2-run advantage to start the ball game. And Charlie Morris, the right fielder, will look to get it started for Newton. Hitting from the right side. Newton, one of those teams they don't take number 1, 2, 3, and 4. They take number 25, 26, 35, 34, 28. Football numbers rather than baseball numbers, most of them. Chopped down the third base line. That's going to be a base hit. They can't get him. Just a little chop. It stayed fair. And Morris does what Anthony Marino did for Lynn. Leads off the inning with a base hit. You don't have to rip it. You just have to find a spot. John Donelin, the catcher, in for a strike. They're getting a little bit used to now pitching from the stretch and having the whole runners on. 2 quick strikes to the Newton catcher. Hit foul, out of play. Strike 3 call. He ducked away. It was a good curveball. Christian Brachis. I guess I picked it up as a U. I guess it was an A. So it's Christian Brachis. He's the third baseman. The runner takes off. The ball's hit in the air to left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. They were playing very deep in the outfield. Dumped in front of the left fielder. And Newton has the tying runs on base for Xander Gilmartin, the left fielder. Hit foul to the backstop. Hit foul again. Both fouls went to the opposite side, so not really getting around on Mateo. High for a ball. Gilmartin laid off that pitch, so it was up and away. Tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Obviously, you can't call balls and strikes from where we are. Count evens at 2. Fouls it off again to the opposite side. If you weren't worried about base runners, you might try a change up here. He hasn't been able to get around. Attempted pickoff. Diving back as Morris. Missed inside, so he had him 2 strikes. Now he's got to come in with a pitch or load the bases. Just got a piece and stays alive. Just off the glove of Reddick. We'll do it again at 3-2. Strike 3 call. Good pitch. Two-way. Henry Landry, the extra hitter, another lefty. Down and in for a ball. High for a ball. 2-0. In for a strike. 2-1. Missing down and in. So he's on the verge of loading the bases again. A hit, a strikeout, a hit, a strikeout. Hits it on the ground to second base. Anthony Marino over to Ryan Freya. So Newton gets a couple on. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Gets Mateo and Lynn out of the inning. We played 1 in this opening round of the 14-year-old Babe Ruth State Tournament. Lynn leading Newton 2-0. Nice stop again. Donaldson, the catcher, does a nice job. That keeps the runner at first. High for a ball. Hit in a right field for a base hit. Back-to-back hits. Daniel Reddick, the catcher, will be the hitter. Lynn trying to duplicate their first inning when they got 2. High for a ball. Didn't show bunt. Horsick, the first baseman, was charging in thinking they were going to bunt. In for a strike. Wide for a ball. Hit in the air. Nice play by the right field. That's a great play. Charlie Morris with a great play. Picked that one off the grass. And not an easy play. He's left-handed. He had to reach across his body to go get that one. That's an outstanding play. Ryan Freya, the first baseman, is the hitter. Pushes the bunt to the mound. They bobble it, and they throw it away. A run will score. So the error on the pitcher. So they kind of gift wrapped that run, Newton did. They had the play. He butted it right to the pitcher. I think the problem was he bobbled it initially, and he thought he had to hurry it, but that's a long way. 90 feet for these kids are a long way to run down the first baseline. Nathan Marino got a base hit leading off the ball game and scored the first run. He's up with runners at first and third. Hits it to right field. Morris makes his second play. They tag up, and they're going to score. And they call him out at second base. Nice throw by the catcher. So Marino will get an RBI. Wilson will score on the sacrifice fly. And then Freya trying to go to second base gets thrown out. But Lynn gets two more. And they've doubled their fun. The two leadoff hits both come around to score. And helped out by the error. That fly ball would have been the third out. They wouldn't have scored. So the runs against McCaffrey are unearned in the second inning. Although he made the error himself. We'll move into the bottom of the second with Lynn leading it 4-0. The 13-year-olds went down, got a big win yesterday down in Taunton to make it to the Final Four in the state. And unfortunately, they got beat down at Taunton today and didn't make it to the state final. But they made it to the semis.
Leading off the Newton, the first baseman, number 37,
Ryan Horsick, the first baseman, will be the leadoff hitter. Mateo will start his second inning. They got 2 runs in the inning. They might have more, but Morris made that great play in right field. Lynn might have got 1 or 2 more. Missing down and in for a ball. Hit on the ground, foul. Hit the fence behind first base and bounced out in the right field. The Lynn team, they played for like Shore League, Wyoma, East Lynn. So a lot of the 5 leagues in the city are represented, as they were in the 13-year-olds, and they will be in the 15-year-olds. What a hop that took. Aaron O'Connor was just about to reach for that one and make a play, and it exploded, almost took his head off. So for the second inning in a row, Newton gets the leadoff man on with a base hit. That just exploded. It looked like it hit off the lip of the infield grass and just went right over the head of Aaron O'Connor. This is the pitcher, Teddy McCafferty. So it's pitcher against pitcher here. Low and inside for a ball. O'Connor is shortened up at third base. They almost got him. He was about to take another step when he threw the ball over. Horsick just got back. Just tagged the bag as Freya put the tag on. In for a strike. Slap off the first baseman's glove and it trickles out in the right field. So back-to-back hits. Frere went way to his right. He was going to try and field it and throw the runner out at second. And it bounced off his glove, went into right field. So 2-on with nobody out for Liam Keblin, the shortstop. High for a ball. In for a strike. Newton had 2-1 in the first. But he got 2 big strikeouts and a ground out to get out of it. Went outside with 1, now goes inside with strike 2. Missed inside. Hit in the air to left field. Backing up and making the play is Jason Donahue. Kevlin went the other way with it, hit it well, but hit it right at the left fielder. So 1 away. Austin Key, the second baseman, is the hitter. In for a strike. Mateo can bring it. Not bad for a 14-year-old. Hit foul to the backstop, and quickly it's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that one. Third strikeout for Mateo. Griffin Bond, who made 2 nice plays in the first inning, will be the hitter. He's the center fielder. Mateo doesn't waste any time. Popped up, it's going to go out of play. They left Clancy baseball diamond to go to Edmonds baseball diamond. And one of the players on the other side just decided to throw it over and throw it to the second baseman from the other diamond. Missing wide for a ball. Top of the order, Charlie Morris on deck. Missing inside for a ball. Hit in the air. Room for Ryan Frere, who makes it the catch in foul territory behind first base. So once again, Newton gets 2 hits. Once again, they leave 2 on. And Lynn holds on to that 4-0 lead. We played 2 in this 14-year-old state all-star game. Lynn 4, Newton nothing. Christian Moran, flying out to center field, is 1 trip in the first inning. He'll lead off the third for Lynn. Lynn is the visitors. They set up the schedule before the tournament starts. Hit foul out of play. Hit in the air behind shortstop. It's going to drop in for a base hit. So for the third straight inning, Lynn has the leadoff hitter on. Aaron O'Connor had a big first inning. Doubled in a run and scored the first of two. So he was involved in both runs, knocking in one, scoring one. Hit to third. They throw it away. Threw it high and wide to the center field side of second base, and the error puts two on. Second error in the ballgame for Newton. The first one cost him a couple of runs. Anthony Mateo can help himself here. The pitcher, he grounded out second to first. Hit it hard, but hit it right at the second baseman. He hits this one a ton to center field, going back over the head of the center fielder all the way back to the fence. They were waiting to see if it would be caught. So one run is in. Third double for Lynn. Mateo hit that a long way. So second and third with nobody out. And it brings a trip out to the mound. Third double in the ball game. And we quickly have warm-up action. Nolan Mulcahy has one of those three doubles. He knocked in the second run in the first inning. Inside for a ball. Hit foul. Okay, hit a long way to left field. Over the left fielder's head. Chop, foul. He's looking to put the ball in play someplace to get another run in. Strike three call. Good pitch by McCafferty. His first strikeout was a big one with second and third and nobody out. Jason Donahue flied out to center field. High and tight for a ball. High again, 2-0. Hit in the air behind first base, going to go out of play. Two on the count. Jason Donahue is the left fielder for Lynn. Second, third, again, he wants to put the ball in play someplace. Pops it up. Off the glove of the right fielder. And the runner at second was going to third, thinking the runner from third scored. They had to wait to see if it would be caught. Morris almost made another great catch. Donahue gets a base hit. O'Connor couldn't go anywhere. Mateo couldn't go anywhere. They didn't want to get doubled up. So the bases are loaded for Tyler Duggan, the right fielder, who got a base hit and scored a run in the second inning. High for a ball. Just a little bloop behind first base. Morris made a great try, almost made his second great catch. High, 2-0. Way inside, 3-0. And Duggan will be looking at 1 or 2 here. At least one. In for a strike. They threw that ball down at first. Almost got a little bit lackadaisical at first, thinking with the infield drawn in. They're getting a big jump off the bases with the infield drawn in. Chop to third. Bobbled it. Safe at the plate. And that's another error. So they keep their record intact. They got 2 more runs. The little bobble, then he tried to make the underhand throw and couldn't. So we're going to have a change on the mound. McCaffrey is going to go to second base. And John Mignon is going to be the new pitcher. Haller Wilson hits it foul as Mignon is the new pitcher. The pitcher, McCaffrey, goes to second base. Wilson got a base hit and scored a run in the second inning. Mignon comes in a tough situation. 3 on, 1 out. Newton has their infield weighing. Has to get out, a little soft shoe dance to get out of the way of that one. It went to the backstop, but by the time Mateo realized it did, it was too late to try and score. I don't know if I've ever seen an infield in this close. The second baseman is almost still pitching. That was in for a strike. Two balls, 2 strikes. And that one hit him in the foot. So the hit batsman is going to be another run. The bases are still loaded. But Daniel Reddick, who had a hit taken away by Morris with a great catch in right field. In for a strike. Down and in for a ball. 2 errors in the inning and a hit batsman have helped Lynn to put 3 on the board. Hit to first. He goes to first with it. He doesn't go home with it. They had the infield in, but they didn't go home. So Reddick will get an RBI. Ryan Freya punted to the mound and they threw it away. He reached, and that helped set up 2 runs for Lynn in the second inning. 1 scored in the error, and then 1 scored in the sacrifice fly. Hit foul off the catcher's glove. Hit foul again. Freya was the 9th hitter in the inning. 3 of them have scored. Lynn has opened up a 7-0 lead. Down and away for a ball. They'd like to get a couple more here. Reaches for it, hits it to the second baseman, knocks it down, stays with it, and throws Freya out. But a couple of errors and a hit batsman give Lynn 3 more. 3 more hits in the inning. The 3 errors are big. Lynn has opened up a 7-0 lead going into the bottom of the third. And it'll be the top of the order for Newton. So Anthony Mateo has a few more to work with. As we mentioned before, this is the 14-year-old state tournament, Babe Ruth style. It'll continue on the rest of this being Sunday. It'll continue on the rest of this week and end up at Frazier Field for the final. The 14 and 15s are both playing here. The 13s played a elimination game, it turned out to be, but Lynn won the game. They beat Braintree and went down to Taunton and won a game, made it to the Final Four, and they got knocked off today. So their season is over. But the 14 and 15s are still going. 15s won yesterday. They'll be playing again today. High and tight. Charlie Morris got a base hit leading off the first inning for Newton and made a great catch in right field and almost made another one. Right back to the mound. Mateo will help himself. Morris hit it well, but hit it right one hop to Mateo. That's the first time for either team not getting the leadoff hitter on base. Lynn did it 3 straight innings. Newton did it 2 straight innings. John Donnellan, the catcher, was called on strikes his 1 trip. Hit to third. Long throw across the diamond. Nice stretch by Freya. And he's out at first base. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Christian Gracious got a base hit. His 1 trip. In for a strike. Hit foul off the backstop. 2 quick strikes. Line to center field, that's in the gap. That's going to go all the way to the fence. In with a stand-up double. Now he's going to try and go to third. And now he thinks better of it. And he probably could have gone. Marino's throw went way over the head of O'Connor. But he stopped. Gracious gets his second hit, a 2-out double. First extra base hit for Newton. Xander Gilmartin was called on strikes, his 1 trip. Down and in for a ball. Hit foul, out of play. One of the fans threatened to make a catch at the last minute. Turned coward and stepped away. Hit in here. That's going to be in the gap as well. Back-to-back doubles, 2-out lightning for Newton. Martin went the other way with it. So they get on the board with 2 outs in the third. Henry Landry, the EH, grounded out second and first, his 1 trip. So back-to-back doubles. The right-handed went to right center. The left-handed hitter went to left center. High for a ball. Low for a ball. So we start off innocently enough. A ground out to the mound. Ground out third to first. But then back-to-back doubles has extended the third inning. And on 4 pitches, Landry draws the first walk given up by either pitcher. Puts 2 on for Ryan Horsick, the first baseman, who got a base hit. His 1 trip.
Now batting the first baseman, number 37, Ryan Horsick.
In for a strike. Good pitch on the inside corner at the knees. Hit to right field. Couple of steps to his right. Tyler Duggan makes the play. But they get on the board with the back-to-back doubles by Bracious and Gilmartin. The walk doesn't hurt. We've completed 3 in this 14-year-old state tournament game. Lynn, 7. Newton, 1. He's perfect. He singled and scored. Hit a sacrifice fly, knocking in a run. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored and an RBI. John Mignon starting an inning for the first time. Missing outside for a ball. In for a strike, Marino taking all the way. He'll be fussy here too. Hits it foul, and it kind of goes full. And that's ball 4. First walk given up by Newton pitching, 4th straight inning. Lynn has got the leadoff hitter on base. Christian Moran flied to center, singled and scored. He started the 3-run uprising in the 3rd as they throw over to first. Marino diving back. Hit on the ground. The only place is at first. McCafferty had to go way to his left to go get that one. He had no chance to get the runner at second. So Moran is out for the first out. Marino moves over to second base. Alan O'Connor doubled in a run and scored in the first, reached on an error and scored in the 3rd. So he scored 2 and knocked in 1. Involved in 3 of the 7 out runs. Had to get way out of the way of that one, way inside. High for ball 3. Solly hit it to left field for a base hit. Rounding 3rd and scoring and scooting down to second. It got thrown away and they're going to wind up, they're going to send him home. And he scores. So O'Connor gets a base hit. Marino scored. and they throw the ball away. Coming all the way around to score on the error. He threw the ball home trying to get Marino. O'Connor broke for second. When he threw it down, he slid in safe. It broke away. He was going to go to third, but then it got by the center fielder as well. And Lynn does it again. They get two more. They've got at least two in each of the first 4 innings. Mateo hits it in the air to left field. Had to go a long way to go get that one. But the left fielder, Gil Martin, went back and got it. Mateo hit it a long way. Oh, 2 away. Nolan Mulcahy doubled in a run and was called on strikes. And now they're questioning the bat. They're bringing the bat into play. I thought they checked the bats before the game. So I don't know if they're throwing the bat out. Up and away for a ball. So they're throwing the bat out of the game.
The extra hitter, number 9,
In for a strike. 1-1. In for a strike again. 1-2. Little curveball that he ducked out of the way, and he was lucky it stayed up and in. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hits it foul off the backstop. Hit slowly to second base. It goes right by the second baseman. Mulcahy will reach on the error. Five errors in the ball game by Newton. And we're going to have a change on the mound. I don't think it was the mound's fault. He did walk a batter. Charlie Morris is going to be the new pitcher. This will be the new pitcher. Jack Foster will be the new second baseman. And John Jessamone will be the new right fielder for Newton. And they make changes all over the place. Jason Donahue flied to center, singled and scored. So a little different look for Lynn. Morris, the left-hander. He is the right fielder coming in. He made that great play out in right field and almost made another great play. Hit foul off the backstop. Hit to second base. And just as he comes off the bench to play, Jack Foster has to make a play. But not before 2 errors in the inning. 5 errors in the game, but the 2 errors in the inning gives Lynn 2 more. They've got at least 2 in every inning. It's now 9-1, Lynn, going into the bottom of the 4th inning. They got the 2 runs with 1 base hit. We mentioned the 2 errors. They were throwing a walk that scored. And Newton has got a very big hole that trying to dig themselves out of. Seven, 8, and 9 for Newton in the bottom of the 4th inning. So Mateo just gets, each inning gets a few more runs to work with. He gave up the 1 run with 2 outs, back-to-back doubles. Newton threatened, had 2-1 in the first with 1 out. He struck out 2 and got a ground out. They had 2-1 in the second with nobody out. Got a fly, a strikeout, and a pop-up to get out of the inning. Looked like he might have a 1-2-3 inning in the third. Easy to the mound, ground ball to third, but then back-to-back doubles by Gilmartin and Gracious. Gilmartin getting the RBI. This is Jack Foster up for the first time. He went in for Teddy McCafferty, who went from the mound to second base. McCafferty had a base hit his 1 trip. Swing and a miss. This really must be an all-star team for Newton because most of them were in different hats. High for a ball. Solidly hit the center field. Backing up. He almost didn't back up far enough. Reaching up over his head and making the play is Tyler Wilson. Foster hit that pretty well. When you look at these 14-year-olds, Lynn probably has, I think Aaron O'Connor at third kind of takes away from the infield because you've got Moran at short, Marino at second, and Freer at first. If you put all 3 of them on top of each other's shoulders, they might be able to dunk the basketball. Popped up. Marino chases everybody away. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. And all of a sudden, I mentioned that there was a big contingent of Newton fans sitting right over my right shoulder who were cheering all the way through. They've become kind of quiet with this Lynn big lead. Hit off the shortstop's glove. That's John Jesserman reaching on the error. Moran went to his left and tried to olay that a little bit. And went right off his glove into the outfield. Griffin Bond, the center fielder, popped behind first base to Ryan Freer, ending the 2nd inning. He's made a couple of nice plays in center field. At the knees on the corner, quickly 2 strikes. Mateo likes to work very quickly. Hit right to the second baseman. On hit on the nose lined it right to Marino, who makes the second play of the inning. So the error doesn't hurt. Newton is down in the fourth. We've completed 4. 9-1. Lynn over Newton. Tyler Duggan leads off. Morris will start an inning for the first time. Hit. Foul ball. Just kicked outside the first base bag, a couple of feet before the bag. Duggan is single and scored, reached on error. So he's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Way wide for a ball. Wide again for a ball. And this is, I can't hear the announcer. This is Steve Galatis. He's hitting for Duggan. Way high to the backstop. That's a major league wild pitch for ball 4. And that keeps the record intact. 5 straight innings. They got the leadoff hitter on base. Tyler Wilson is singled, got hit by a pitch, and scored a run. So he's 1 for 1 with a run scored. And the runner takes off and steals second base. That's the first stolen base we've seen. I was about to say high and tight, and the umpire said strike 1. I guess I should let him call balls and strikes. He spun around to throw, but there was nobody there. I should mention Sean O'Connor for Newton is the new shortstop. So they've used all of their subs. Hit foul past first base. High and tight for a ball. The strange thing here is that they stole the base off the left-handed pitcher. And the right-handed pitching, they never ran. Now they take off. He had third base stolen. Morris didn't even look at him. He went into that long windup. And Steve Galatis had third base stolen. And he was almost going to go again. Morris spun around quickly and threw it. Nobody was at the bag. O'Connor caught it behind the second base bag. He almost threw it away. He's got that long kick over the head of Wilson, so back-to-back walks Put 2 on with nobody out. Daniel Reddick. Fly to right. Bounced out to the first baseman. Got him an RBI. They run to third, and he steals third. That big leg kick, little slow motion delivery once he gets started. They'll bring the infield in, Newton. They throw the ball over to first. So first and third with nobody out. The runner takes off. Now if Lynn gets these 2 runners to score and they get Newton out without scoring, the game would be over. In 5 innings, the mercy rule would kick in. But they got to get him in first. Hit foul back and out of play. Hit past first base, but it went foul. Popped up. The third baseman comes over and makes the play. With the infield drawn in, that's a very nice play by Christian Bracious. The shortstop going back, he couldn't find. He wasn't going to make the play. Nice play by the third baseman. He had covered a lot of ground to go get that one for the first out. Ryan Freer bunted and reached when the ball was thrown away. And he bounced out second to first his last time up. Reaches for it, pops it behind second base. It's going to be a base hit. Fred just, with the infield drawn in, he just tapped it right to the second base bag. And Lynn is going to hit the double digits. Anthony Marino was perfect. Singled and scored, hit a sacrifice fly, walked and scored. He's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Not bad by your leadoff hitter. So first and second now. Down and away for a ball. In for a strike. Started to pull the trigger and held up. They caught him. He was going to steal, and they tag him out. He was going to steal, and he didn't wait until the ball was thrown. He left too soon. Two away. Oh, yep. Another major league wild pitch. That hit the backstop on the fly. Down and away for a ball. Christian Moran on deck. Hit off the shortstop's glove, and they're going to score the run. Throw the plate is not in time. So Marino on base for the fourth time. He's got another RBI. And now Lynn is on the verge of a mercy rule. If Newton doesn't score in the bottom of this inning, the game is over. Christian Moran flied to center, grounded out second and first. Sam was in between. He got a base hit and scored a run. High for a ball. Marino scooted down a second on that throw to the plate. And now, easy steal a third, and they throw it away. They've been reading the pitcher with that long, long stride. Marino scores his third run. Another two-run inning for Lynn. 2 in every inning except the third. They got 3. Six errors by Newton. Has gift wrapped a few of these runs. Hit foul. That's that long, slow windup. And they're reading it well, and they're just breaking on it, stealing bases. Reaches for it, hits it. Nice play. Second baseman Foster went way to his right, got that one, and just nipped Moran at first base. So as we move into the bottom of the fifth, if Newton doesn't score, this game is over. As Lynn leads it now 11-1, they put up 2 more runs. They did it with 2 base hits. Another big error helped. Sure, they put 3 runs on the board. So Newton has to score 2 to keep the game alive. Otherwise, it's a mercy rule. As it's now 12-1. Both walks have scored that they've given up. Only one Lynn strikeout, and that was a call third strike. So we move into the bottom of the fifth. It'll be 1, 2, and 3 for Newton. Charlie Morris, John Donnellan, Christian Bracious will try to get Newton. They only have 1 through 4. They got to get 2 in the fifth to keep it alive. Charlie Morris is singled and bounced to the pitcher. 1 for 2. His single came way back in the first inning. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. He chased the high fastball. Charlie Morris, one of those guys that throws left and bats right. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Mateo. This is the catcher, John Donnellan, who was struck out, ground to the third. Hits it back to the mound, a line drive. Caught, picked off by Mateo. So Newton's down to their last out. Christian Braces is perfect. He singled, got the first of the back-to-back doubles in the third and scored the one run that they have. And he hits it right into the seats. Scattered the fans. Woke up the fans who have been sleeping through the last few innings. Missing inside for a ball. Over the head of Braces. Hit that a mile in the air and a mile down the street. He got all of that one and got way out in front and pulled it foul. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in what could be the last inning. Swing and a miss. He gets him for strike 3. So a strong finish by Mateo. Strikes out 2, gets the only 1-2-3 inning of the game. He walked 1, struck out 5, gave up 6 hits, gave up the 1 run, back-to-back doubles. He pitched an outstanding ball game. He shuts Newton out, leaves him, holds him to 1 run, and gets Lynn a win here in the opening round of the 14-year-olds. Lynn, every inning, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, everybody getting involved. Anthony Marino had a hit, a sacrifice fly, a walk, and a hit. He knocked in 2, scored 3. Christian Moran had a base hit and scored a run. Aaron O'Connor was perfect. He doubled in a run and scored. Reese Aaron scored, singled and scored. Anthony Mateo pitching also had a double for an RBI and scored a run. Nolan Mulcahy had a double for an RBI. Jason Donahue had a single and scored a run. Tyler Duggan had a base hit, scored a run. Galatas, going in for him, drew a walk and scored a run. Tyler Wilson had a hit batsman that got him an RBI and a walk. He scored a run, knocked in a run. Daniel Reddick bounced out to the first baseman, but it got him an RBI. And Ryan Freya bunted, reaching on the error that helped knock in 2 in the second inning. And he got a base hit, knocking in a run and scored a run in the 5th. So everybody getting involved in it for Lynn. And they start off their tournament here on their home field, the Nipper Clancy Diamond, with a big win over last year's 13-year-old state champions, Newton. And they do it in fine fashion. The offense was there all day. They were helped out by 6 big errors by Newton, but they hit the ball hard as well. And they win it by a score of 12-1 over Newton. And they'll go to 1-0. Newton will go to 0-1. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.